Welcome, travelers, to my realm of nightmares. Allow me to be your personal assistant. Come in, take a seat, get comfortable. For when you step into my realm, there's no stepping out.
Hello, travelers. PA Nightmares here. I've noticed that over 30% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So, if you're a new or a returning viewer and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you like what I do, liking the video and commenting as well, as it really helps push this video into the algorithm and it really does help the channel grow. Well, I've taken enough of your time. On to the main event. As the title suggests, I'm here to tell you about my strange encounter with my then and still friend, our town's librarian. She saved my life more than once. For obvious reasons, I'm not disclosing her real name, my real name, or even the town I am from. I just wanted to let the world know of her heroic deeds, and that you should never treat your local librarian like shit. They could easily save your life. You can call me Jeremy. I'm currently sitting in the very library that saved my life. This is the only place I call home or feel safe. My friend, let's call her Miss Hess, sat behind the desk reading a book. I first want to tell you how we met, and then I'll get into what just happened. It was a hot summer day, and I was outside enjoying the day. That was until I encountered Bruce and his group of misfits. Bruce had come up behind me and shoved me to the ground. My head bounced off the pavement. After a long moment, Bruce rolled me over with his foot and kicked me in the ribs. He laughed at me and turned to his friends and said something along the lines, "What a loser. He's already crying and begging me to stop." At that moment, I took the chance. I got up and ran for the nearest building. It was a library. They noticed a tad too late because as they caught up to me, I slammed the door, breathing heavily and on the brink of tears. The next thing I knew, an angry older woman with thick horn-rimmed glasses rounded the corner. She looked like she would yell. As soon as she saw the state of me, her look softened. "Oh my, what happened?" she asked. Her voice was more of a worried mother than a strange adult. "I'm fine," I blurted out. She did not seem to believe me. I broke down quickly after that, telling her all about the bully Bruce and what he had just done to me. "Don't worry, dear. The bullies will not come in here. I have a reputation for being strict. So, not many visitors come to my library anymore." She helped patch me up. As she did, we talked about books and quickly bonded over a love of literature. After that, I spent most of my days in there. Mostly because I quickly found out that Bruce and his bitches would not venture past the threshold of the big wooden doors to my personal sanctuary. Well, as I said earlier, that was my first encounter with her. So, here we go. I'm going to tell you all about my day today and the events that just took place. I am still shaking, but it's not out of fear, but excitement. Today is my birthday, and you see, Bruce always gives me a gift on my birthday. What a nice guy, am I right? Well, you see, his gift to me was always the same thing every year. Even on my 17th birthday, he had planned on giving it to me yet again. His gift to me was him beating the shit out of me, nearly drowning me in a filthy toilet, dropping me onto the ground, and reminding me that I look like shit. And now my smell matches my appearance. Ha, what a great guy. Am I right, guys? Yeah, fucking asshole. I sat in school, waiting for the last bell to ring. Bruce always caught me at the end of the school day. During the chaos of students leaving for the day, teachers never saw him. But this year I had a plan. I was going to rush out of school, get on my bike, and flee to the library. I'd get to my safe haven. Then it would be okay. All I wanted was to be safe. Well, that's what I thought would happen at least. The bell rang, and I flew from my seat, running past people and knocking a few over. I usually would stop and apologize and help them to their feet. This time, I had no time to care. I ran through the halls, hearing angry yells from my teachers. I'd pay for this tomorrow, but today, I didn't care. Then, my worst fears came to light. I rounded the corner, and there was Bruce and his gang. They spotted me, and I heard yells. "There he is! Get him! He's running!" Then I did a U-turn, running into a group of students, hoping I would be lost in the crowd. As I broke their line of sight, I dipped into a dark classroom, shut the door, and hid. I heard Bruce's loud mouth telling his friends to find me and split up. I waited until I didn't hear them anymore, and I hopped out the window, thinking that I had finally outsmarted them. But just as I thought it was clear, I heard one of them yelling, "There he is! He's getting on his bike!" I hopped on my bike and took off, like the hounds of Satan were on my heels. I took a hard left, and I saw them on their bikes coming for me in my peripheries. I didn't want to let them catch me. If they had, I knew the following beating would leave me in the hospital for making Bruce chase me. So I headed for the one place I knew was safe, the library. It was closer to my house, and my parents were not home, so I'd be a sitting duck there. So I made the decision and went for the library. I sped to my safe haven, with them following close behind. As I got closer and closer, I pedaled harder and harder. I'm not the most athletic person in the world, but I guess running for your life gives you that extra motivation you need to survive. Because the next thing I knew, I was running headlong for the big wooden doors. Miss Hess ripped open the door and slammed it shut behind me. I guess she must have seen or heard the commotion, saw me coming, and came to my rescue. Miss Hess looked over me and yelled, "Run to the office. I can't lock the door to a public place unless we are closed, but my office is a staff-only zone. The door can be locked. I need to grab something quick. I'll be back soon. Just hide for now." And with that, she ran into the depths of the library, and I ran to her office, locked the door, and hid. "Jeremy, where are you at? Come out wherever you are." I could hear them calling out. I heard them looking in the bathroom, through the halls, and finally, once they had searched all other places, came to the office door. I listened to the handle twist, but not open. The lock prevented them from entering, for now. "We found you, shithead. Now, you can come out and save me the trouble of kicking the door down, making your beating a little easier. Or, I'll come in. And if I do that, that's just more fun for me. I'll count to 3. Before he could even start counting, I heard Miss Hess yell at them, "You boys need to leave now. This is not a place for you." They laughed at her, and Bruce spoke up. "Last I checked, this was a public place, you old bitch. Or are you planning on giving your boyfriend an extra special birthday surprise?" This pissed me off, and I rushed to the door, whipped it open, and much to Bruce's shock, punched him in the face, knocking him to the ground. I yelled, "You do not talk to her that way. She's a good person. Unlike you, you sack of shit." Bruce went to stand up and strike me. That was before Miss Hess stepped in front of me. She opened a book and said a few words I didn't understand, and I was blinded by a strong white light. When I could see again, all 4 of the boys were gone. I asked Miss Hess what had happened to them, and that was where my only friend confessed to me that she was a witch. She banished the boys to an alternate dimension, so they would no longer be a problem for me. Of course, a police investigation took place. I was their primary suspect due to being one of their victims, but Miss Hess defended me, saying I was with her. She knew I would never tell anyone her secret. In fact, she took me on as a student. One of my favorite things to do is open the book she sealed them in, use a scrying spell to watch them suffer. Their screams are like music to my ears. So let this be a warning to all the bullies out there. If you pick on a kid long enough, eventually they will fight back. And if you pick on the wrong one, you may just join Bruce and his merry band of bitches. Until we meet again. Tonight's story was written by myself and is titled My Town's Librarian Has a Secret. If you enjoyed this, chances are you'll enjoy the other stories I've written. I have a playlist of all the stories that I've written and narrated. Please check them out and let me know what you think. But hey, did you know I have merch? Well, I do. And if you'd like to walk around representing my realm and gaining new travelers, the link to my merch store, as well as all my other social medias, will be in the description below. As always, I'd like to say a special thank you to all my lovely Patreons. 242 Reads, Rando Calrissian, Seraphine the Midnight Bard, Creepy Clown Girl, Mia Mina, Hair Raising Narratives, Spooky Booze Scary Story Time, Lycan Trucker, and Pimp Demon. If you'd like to join these lovely travelers but light my fire, you can do so too by becoming a Patreon. Just remember, the support is always appreciated, but it is never expected. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ding that bell if you're new for all future content, as it really helps push this video into the algorithm and helps the channel grow. But as always,
Once you step into my realm, there's no stepping out.